There is nothing I hate more than to see truth mixed with hogwash. I love truth, but let me think for a minute. I love clean, fresh waterfalls. But if that waterfall contained hogwash, it is no longer the waterfalls of clean, refreshing water. I want to drink clean, fresh water. No one can see. Let me take that one back at the moment. When a water falls, when we see the waters over the mighty Niagara waterfalls, and those with good eyes can see that if the water is fresh and clean, it sparkles like the stars above. It sparkles like the watch stars above, the wake stars. And the waterfalls create a wake. And if it is clean and fresh, it sparkles like a diamond. But if the sparkle is missing and the waters are tinted, that means it's not suitable to quench our thirst. And when the waters have settled down, in its Mara Lake environment, it is still clear if it's still fresh and untinted by pollution. The American Indians experience the fullness, the joy, the gladness. And thus they sing the songs of water. And drinking the clear water is life-giving. But the American Indians noticed after the arrival of the European people, the waterfalls were no longer clear. They no longer twinkle like the stars above. But the appearance became dull, and immediately the American Indian knew there was something wrong. I'm 67 years old, and it's been a long time since I have seen with good eyes, for my eyes are failing me now. I will tell thee a tale, a good tale, God tale. Back in Alabama, in northern Alabama, at that time, we paid a visit to some folks, as we call it back in the day, lived in the boonies. Or in other words, in the wild lands of the forest. And there was a young man about my age. He said to me, "Let's go hiking through the woods. I want to show you something." And I'm like, being the young man that I am, or was, I wanted to see what he wanted to show me. So we walked through the forest for a good while. And after a while of much walking, I came up upon a scene that was most beautiful. A clear, fresh, sparkling, like the diamonds of the stars. Over the rock, the waters flowed. About a height I'm measuring now. Probably around 20 feet. After a moment of awe and amazing wonder, we walked into the waterfall as if it were a living gate that we could pass through. And behind the waters falling, Glen. Glen is Glen. Behind the waterfalls, Glen. there was a hollowed a spot behind the waterfalls. I turned around in this cave-like area and looked the opposite direction of being outside the waterfall. But this time I was behind the waterfall and looking out. A sight that I have never seen even to this day. For the first time, I experienced what the kind-hearted man wanted me to see. It was like looking through the time of life, the mirror of life. And behind the waterfall, I could not see clearly through the waterfall. But clearly I could see the sparkling waters are pristine and clear. And this is where I wish I were a master poet. And I stood there for a while behind the waterfalls, looking out as if I were looking through a rainbow. I was thirsty, for it was a hot summer day. And I reached out with my hands and my face, and I put my face and I put my hand in the water falls. And I drank to quench my thirst. It was the best thirst quenching moment of my life. Those were the days unlike today. People carry a water bottle with them. But blessed are they who do not carry a water bottle, but they sweat and they toil as they hike to reach that most blessed moment to quench my thirst with the water that glisters like the diamonds of the sun rising, the sun setting, the moon rising, the moon setting. That's the best experience. Drinking the waters of life, untainted. Those days are eternal. On the night my sweetheart wife, Nancy, passed away, moment before she passed away, she cried out to me, "Give me waterfalls. I want waterfalls." And I promised Nancy I would give her waterfalls. For without waterfalls, life does not exist. Thank you, Nancy, for you have given me life. Thank you, Nancy, for giving me waterfalls. And I and we and our children shall lay down stepping stones, Nancy, to thine favorite waterfalls. Thus is the blissful essence of life.